Hey guys, it's Digi here, and welcome to the first look that Weird Digital Paradox are having at Mighty Number 9. We've just been given the beta version for those of you who backed the Kickstarter, and taking a look at the game taking a look at the game today with me is Mike. Say hello, good sir.
Hello there, folks. This is my first time co-commenting on something other than a live stream. I'm very excited to be here.
Fantastic, and what a game to get you going, eh?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's been hyped for, what, almost a year or two now, and people have been patiently waiting, and we got a beta, at least for now, straight up from just PAX Prime, in fact.
Yeah, it's nice to get into finally, you know, and have a proper look at the game, because obviously before this, all we've really had are trailers and bits and pieces of information.
Yeah.
So it's really good to actually get into the game and get a good grip on it. And speaking of, I might as well explain a little bit of what's going on here, because it's kind of kicked off already.
Yeah.
Beck, who's our titular character, controls like a dream. Absolute fantastic control system in this game. And as you can see, I'm abusing the dash feature a lot, which is phenomenally useful. So the basics, I skipped them over at the start of the video, but obviously you've got your basics control, you can jump, shoot and dash, etc, etc. The two little icons above Beck's head here, the green one is a mobility boost and the red one is a damage boost. You get those by destroying enemies, which you have to do by absorbing their power.
That's very interesting, I like that. It's a very neat concept.
Yeah, it's not a standard sort of... Well, you can keep shooting them and they'll eventually be destroyed. But to get the most use out of them, you want to be absorbing them as they become destabilized, which is when they turn into that weird colour mess.
Right.
You're about to see that, like the green there. And the quicker you can absorb them, the more power you get from it, which is what the 100, the 80s, the 10s, all the numbers that are popping up over Beck's head. And fuck, the spikes are still one-shot kill.
That's awesome.
So it's very much Mega Man levels of difficulty. They've really kept that sort of, I wouldn't say charm, but they've certainly kept that feature.
Yeah, Inafune has always been very, very intricate about making... when he's making a game, he wants to make it feel as fluid as possible, but also have bits of nostalgia in there to his classic games in some way, shape, or form.
And I think he's definitely pulled it off this time, because like I said, you definitely get the Mega Man feel from playing this. Just, I mean, obviously it isn't Mega Man, but it plays very much like it. And I like these little segments here, especially where you've got to sort of use a bit of wit and a bit of careful dashing to get your way through. Like,
this to me, to this level design, it has a bit of a Mega Man 2-like feel, but then it also has a bit of, like, an essential Mega Man X, like, mechanic and everything to it.
Yeah, I definitely got Mega Man X out of it, personally. But no, I can see definitely what you mean about the level design from 2. And it's got these nice little segments where you're just throwing enemies left, right and centre. Nice time to rack up some of that zeal, or that Zell, I believe. XEL is the stuff. And you can see that, I don't know if this is just for the beta or for the actual game, but if you absorb enough energy, the little purple icon under my health bar in the top left there is a health stock, which I've just used from the pause menu. And the reason I have that second one there, and the reason that I keep seeing these little robots popping up, giving me power-ups, is this is actually my second run through the level. I got absolutely trashed by the boss the first time, which you'll see at the end of the video. I put a little speed-up montage there, because this is properly difficult at points. Like, some of the platforming is really precise.
Okay.
But as you go through the level, you're going to sort of find that there's bits and pieces that you just, you breeze through. There's some nice, relaxing segments in massive inverted commas.
So, essentially a Mega Man 2 type of situation again. I keep harking back to Mega Man 2. Which is awesome. Yeah,
exactly. If you're going to base it off something, you've got to base it off a good title. And, of course, Mega Man 2 was one of the classics, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But, so obviously, that's how the game's working, but we've as you've said, we've been waiting for this a while. Fucking spikes. We've been waiting for this a while, so are you pretty hype for this, Mike?
Oh, for sure. Ever since this first came out, I'm like, whoa. So this is what Inafune has been secretly working on for a long time, because there was rumors that either A, he's been working with something possibly with Capcom, or he's just been doing something like this, and what do you know? Pax Prime, he brings out Mighty Number 9, and the whole world was stunned.
Such a hype reveal. I was on that so quick.
Oh god, everybody was so excited about that, about the fact that this is something different for once. And back to something you said about with the extra health thing, I think that is a mechanic they did in the Mega Man Zero games.
Oh really?
For GBA. I think it might be.
That's quite cool.
Don't quote me on that.
The little rainbow thing I've just picked up there as well as an extra stock, so I think I have about 5 by the end of this run, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
They're well hidden, but sometimes, well, some of them are well hidden and some of them are in plain sight, but they require a little bit of tricky platforming to get to sometimes, as you'll see at the end of this segment, actually.
As for traditional most games like this, they've came out over the years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, there it is on the right hand side there. You just got to get the dash right at the end of this. But the thing about this section particularly is that all of those on the floor are flame traps, which is where the dash really comes into its own, because the only way to properly escape them is to dash out of the way.
Right.
So they've really thought about the dash feature and really implemented it, you know, really well.
Yeah.
And the fact that you use it to, you know, basically destroy your enemies is just fantastic. It's so satisfying to dash into them and absorb their powers.
I imagine it must be. I can't wait to play this myself whenever it comes out the next year or so. But yeah, in general, when it comes back to harking to another Mega Man series with the X games, the dash itself, when it was first introduced, people were surprised by it when they first discovered it, and like, I could do so much more now with the dash feature to this series, and it's been welcome since then.
It's definitely a fantastic way of getting around,
Yeah.
and you know, not even just for movement. For, you know, classic example right now is the fact that it's being used as an attack, and it genuinely flows so well going between areas.
And that's something that's new, like not really been done before, except for I want to say maybe like a game series such as Strider, where you can like dash and attack.
Yes, Strider's a pretty good example. I think if you're going to compare the dash in this game to any other game, it would potentially be the one from Strider.
Yeah.
Because it's got, you know, it's got the feeling of the Mega Man X dash, but it also has that brute force that the Strider one does.
Yeah.
And here we go with the boss, I suppose, of the beta, which is Battalion or Battalion, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Whichever mighty number this is, I forget which one he is right now.
It's number 5. Is this one?
Yeah, he is 5. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And the way the bosses work is actually brilliant. I love it. It's so difficult, but I love it. Basically, you have to. The bar at the bottom is purple at first, and you have to knock it down little bit by bit. And every 20% of that bar, you'll see that the boss becomes destabilized. He turns purple. I think it happens in a minute or two. Basically like that, and then you have to dash into him to permanently knock the health out.
Right.
Otherwise, the more you leave him in that destabilized mode, the more health he comes back. Like, he pulls back health from being destabilized.
So regeneration. That's pretty neat.
It's brilliant.
It is.
And I really like the system.
It's a challenge.
Exactly. Oh, you say that again. I completely not dodged the first 2 of those. That's basically, you know, that'll wipe out a good chunk of health. And thankfully I do have that second health stock lined up here, which I think actually lets me beat this guy at last. There we go, just popping it off there. But we're coming to the end of this fight now, so you're going to see the really cool ending sequence of this boss. And I think we're just going to, apart from the big explosion, I think it's time for us to head off. So thank you very much for joining us, guys, for this. And thank you very much to Mike. Have you got a last word to say whilst we're going into the cool ending?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more stuff here with Digi and other people with Digital Paradox. It's highly exciting for me, and I feel so free now.
Well, this is just the first bit of little content that we're coming out with, but of course expect more. And as I said before, we'll see you guys next time with that abysmal C rank. Bye for now, guys. And here is that little sped up montage of me being mercilessly murdered by Mighty Number 5. This is 150 times faster than what it actually was, so he kicked my ass.